Now, I presume, bearing in mind the nature and severity of that threat and the serious risk to your life, the first thing you did was telephone the police. Say, goodness me, I'm a victim of serious threat of violence. You did that, correct?
Yes, Judge.
Did you really? When did you telephone the police? Have a think about it. To date, he's paid nothing back, correct?
No.
Not a penny. Now, you also became aware, I believe, based upon an intuitive sense of your application, that Chris was in an extreme amount of debt. And the reason I know that is because, according to your claim, you went round to his home. Am I right?
Yes.
Why did you go round to his home?
Well, I was friends with him at the time. He's got a lot playing on his mind at the moment, which we've all gone through death. I've gone through it. My parents are lost as well.
Sorry to say this. It's very difficult. I understand, sir.
I've lost both of them.
And I know that you were close. And so you understand a little bit of how where he's coming from.
Going through.
I understand.
But to borrow money, to say we're going to pay it back, and you don't, it's like you say, how would you feel? You'd want to break his legs. But I'm not a violent person, as I've not threatened him in that way. I ain't said it to him.
Let me be clear,
and
sir.
Other people have done it.
Talking. If I lent somebody money and they didn't pay me back, I might be very cross.
I'm cross.
I know you're cross. I certainly wouldn't suggest anywhere that I would want to break somebody's legs. Do you understand?
I've not told him that direct, but...
Well, I presume, then, you've suggested it indirectly.
No, I've thought about it, but I've not done it.
No, I understand you haven't done it, otherwise you'd be in prison, sir. No. But one of the things that you just disclosed to me gives me a deep suspicion that at some point you have said to somebody close to Chris, who you intended would communicate this to Chris, that if he didn't pay you back, you would break his legs. Look at me, sir. I know. The reality is, don't you tell me porkies, there has come a time when you've said to somebody that would communicate it to Chris...
It wasn't a threat, it was just something to frighten him, hoping that I'd get me money paid back.
Exactly, sir. You deliberately used language that would frighten him.
Yes.
Who did you communicate that to, sir?
No.
Was it your niece?
Yeah, my niece was on his case.
What language did you use, sir?
Well, I didn't say
Was
anything.
it something like, if he doesn't pay it back, I'm going to break his legs? That sound about right?
Not in them words. But
not in them words, but that was implied. Correct?
And she applied...
Correct?
She applied them words.
Correct?
Yeah, correct.
You went round to the house. You bumped into debt collectors, am I right?
Correct.
What happened, sir?
Debt collectors on the door, knocking, asking for money, and he's got debts of arrearing at that property of over 1,500 quid.
He's got debts everywhere.
I know it. Well, I know now.
Am I right to say that you've provided my court with letters that are addressed to Chris?
From debt collectors.
Just pause. You went to his address...
Well, not where...
Talking! At his address, you discovered letters that were addressed to Chris in respect of his debts. They weren't addressed to you. You took those letters. Sir, these are letters that are addressed to you, I am told. Do you give me permission to inspect these letters?
Yes, Judge.
Thank you very much. Can I have a look? Can you please... Sorry, Michelle. Can you hand these to Christopher? These are debt recovery letters. Had you ever seen them?
No.
That's because they'd been taken by Trevor. What right do you have to take somebody else's mail, sir?
Well, I just went round to the address.
What right do you have to take somebody else's mail?
I've not got...
What right do you have to take somebody else's mail, sir?
Probably no right.
Don't be stupid. Stay and watch the best Judge Rinder moments. And I'm talking. Understood? Don't be a moron. Subscribe to Judge Rinder YouTube channel. Right now. That's an order.